Possible by Ed and Art Mashofsky Lumber Company, Portland. Waddle's Restaurant and Original Taco House. Harold Taylor, Taylor Electric Supply, Portland. The Oregon Club of Portland. Winona Martin. Immer and Oswald, Volvo Subaru, Gladstone.
First of all, Coach, congratulations. A big victory and a good, solid way to end what has been a good season.
Well, thanks, Todd. I thought our players were ready to play and played very hard, and certainly the game was turned around dramatically when Wilhelm left. I think we were leading 10-0 at the time, but I think any chance Oregon State had left when he left the field. Their offense can't move with without somebody pulling the trigger, and certainly they didn't have an experienced player after him.
It was obvious, though, from the start of the game, both teams were emotionally into the thing, but when he went out, it looked like a lot of the emotion left Oregon State, and your team obviously kept its intensity, maybe even intensified it a little bit, too.
Well, I think we were controlling Oregon State's offense. Our defense played an outstanding football game, and they were having trouble moving the football, and although we weren't running it up and down the field, certainly, we moved it with, I think, good, consistent ground game and mixed in some pass plays, and certainly got some points on the board.
Now, you approach this one how defensively? Oregon State, obviously, the bread and butter offensively is throwing the football. They only rush for about 46 yards per game rushing the football. So how did you approach this from a defensive standpoint?
Well, we felt we had to cover. We rushed 3 and 4 people most of the time, blitzed occasionally, but not very often. We felt we had to drop into coverage, take away their passing lanes, and just try to cover their receivers and force the quarterback to look to their second or third receiver, and then we felt we could get some pressure on them, and I thought our coverage was outstanding.
All right, a lot of people out there have or maybe have not heard about the Sun Bowl's decision today. They elected to go with a matchup of Oklahoma State against West Virginia. Just your thoughts about how that turned out.
Well, it's, I guess, nice and flattering to be considered for the Sun Bowl, and hopefully next year we'll be able to take advantage of what's happened this year and build on it. But I'm a little disappointed in that West Virginia's record at 6-5 is the same as ours, and if a 6-5 team deserves to go to a bowl game, I think ours is deserving as any. I'm certainly disappointed in that, but it doesn't take away from what I told my players yesterday. With or without a bowl, I'm really proud of them, particularly the seniors. They finished strong. They've done some things this year in Oregon football that haven't been done in a long time, and certainly the season didn't end like we had hoped it would after the first 4 or 5 games. But on the other hand, we did accomplish some significant things, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud for the players that they finished as strongly as they did.
The Beavers won the toss of the coin, elected to receive to start the football game. Some outstanding games and a lot of memories provided by the young men that you're looking at right there as you go down the line. JJ right there, and Tim Cooper, and Putsier, the big fella in the middle, and Jan Cespedes, who's had an outstanding year as a punter. So, Kirk Dennis to kick off for the Ducks. He kicked the first one out of bounds. This is the second one, and the Beavers on the return.
Good coverage. We only let one get away from us. There's Ken Wagner, kind of the spiritual leader of our special teams. He and Tim Cooper as seniors have done a great job. They run a sweep on first down. He slips, but they gain 4 yards.
So it's 2nd down and 6. The ball is spotted at the Oregon State 31.
Come right back up the middle, break a couple tackles at the line of scrimmage, pick up 8 yards for a running first down.
Now Oregon State has run the ball a couple times, and they'll throw it 3 straight times here. Little dump pass, nothing there. Kearns on the stop. The ball was ruled down. So 2nd and 10.
Wilhelm on the scramble play here, throws deep and almost intercepted by Brett Young. He did get one later, dropped another one. He was around the ball all day long.
Finished his season with 5 interceptions. So 3rd down, and let's call it 11.
Here we do come on the blitz, force Wilhelm to unload the ball maybe a little before he wanted to.
Now you mount a drive. You start at the 20 as the ball went into the end zone on the punt. So it's a gain of, let's call it 6. Then after you get about 2 more, it's 3rd down and 2.
And we run the sweep outside, and Lavelle just turns on the speed and gets to the corner for the first down.
Had a lot of success running, it seemed, to the outside in the game.
Little tight end delay pass to Tim Parker, senior, that's really provided a lot of outstanding play for the fans this year. He's done a great job.
Look at it again down low.
You can see Musgrave on the tight end delay, hits Parker, and Parker breaks a tackle there, stumbles, can't quite keep his balance, and then gets caught from the side.
So it's a first down for the Ducks at the Oregon State 47. This is a second down play here.
Lavelle took a pretty good shot there, but he made a great spin move, did a 360-degree turn, and made a nice run.
Husko actually recovered the fumble, so it's third down. Musgrave to J.J. Burden on the hitch, and he was ruled down.
Nice catch by J.J. Took a pretty good shot there on. He run right up the gut. Lattenberry, as he did last year against Oregon State, ran very, very hard and broke a lot of tackles.
So it's first down and 10 from the 22.
Good job on the sweep again by Lavelle, cutting it up inside. We weren't able to get outside, and he took it up inside. You can see Lattenberry will actually kick the safety out a little bit, or the outside linebacker, and Lavelle cuts it back against the grain up the field for a nice gain of about 8 yards.
So it's a first down for the Ducks at the OSU 12-yard line. Keep it on the ground, Lattenberry. Hans in there for about 3, down to the 9.
Little misdirection play that we put in special for this game. Just a straight ahead belly play to Lattenberry. Again, very powerful, strong running. Takes it down to about the 2.5-yard line.
Gain of 6, so on third down and about 1, Derek Lavelle, like a pinball, bouncing off tacklers into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's 6-0. The effort by Derek Lavelle.
You can see that he had to turn it up inside. There's 3 Beaver tacklers. He bounces off of those 3, spins out, 180-degree spin, breaks 2 or 3 more tackles. Good block there by Parker, picking a Beaver off of Derek Lavelle that I think allowed him to slip into the end zone.
So the Ducks on their second offensive possession get into the end zone. Derek Lavelle with the touchdown now moves into 10th place on the all-time career scoring list. Kirk Dennis, who had a big day also, with the PAT, and the Ducks lead it 7-0. 15 plays, 80 yards.
It was a good drive because it consumed time. We were able to move the ball on the ground. Here, Oregon State mishandles the kickoff, and the coverage was outstanding. Fitzgerald down there really doing a good job. He's fired up, and look at him. He's got 3 more Civil Wars to play in.
From Sheldon High School.
And they break a sweep outside, get too much yardage here before Anthony Newman makes the stop.
Called it 5, second down and 5. Wilhelm, under pressure, throws it almost intercepted.
Good play there by Mark Kearns. Mark has really improved his pass defense this year. He's had a great year, but he's really improved on his pass drops. You can see here he makes the tackle. Again, getting some help from Talbot, but holds Oregon State short of the first down.
So you get the football back as Oregon State is forced to punt. First and 10 at your own 38.
Great second effort again by Lavelle. Butts off of a couple of would-be Beaver tacklers and makes a couple extra yards. And here, Musgrave, J.J. had a chance, couldn't quite hold on.
So you're forced to punt. Cespedes to come in. Gets off a good punt, but you'll notice that he is run into, he's roughed on the play. So that is a 15-yard penalty against Oregon State, and the Ducks get a first down.
And that was a big play, I think, from a momentum standpoint. Oregon State had stopped us, and they commit the penalty of roughing the kicker. Here, Musgrave on the rollout finds Terry Obey wide open for about a 25-yard gain and a first down deep in Oregon State territory.
We'll look at it again from down low.
This is kind of our waggle pass out of the split back look, and Bill sees him wide open. He just floats the ball down there, and Obey catches it in stride and turns up the sideline before he's knocked out of bounds.
He wasn't the only one that was knocked out of bounds. A number of people rolling along the sideline there. Our cameraman Steve Studebaker managed to get out of the way, but the official did not, and he was down momentarily. Ready for the start of the second quarter. The Ducks are leading 7-0, and they are mounting a drive which it will culminate in a field goal by Kirk Dennis. As Dennis comes in, booms it in from 28 yards out, and that tied a single-season record for attempts and successful field goals in one season. He would later go on, obviously, to break that record, not once but twice during the course of this game. The Beavers come back offensively, deep in their own territory. Look for the deep one over the middle of Ross, and he's belted by Tom Kalmeyer.
Tom has been pretty good at that this year. If we can just get him to play the ball, maybe he'll get a few more interceptions, but certainly he's had an outstanding year for us. Here, Pootsier busts up the middle. Wilhelm turns to get away, runs right into Brock, and he goes down with well over about 500 pounds of beef on him and has his ankle under him and twists it.
And that forced Wilhelm to leave the ball game.
You can see Pootsier up the middle, Wilhelm turning to run away from him and runs right into 92 Matt Brock, and down he goes.
The left ankle was the injury. Wilhelm forced to leave the football game, and so the Beavers forced to go with a backup quarterback, Kent Riddle. And Beavers unable to do anything, and so they have to punt it away. Terry Obie, good return here.
Thought he was going to get a touchdown and couldn't quite get there. It goes out of bounds on the 9-yard line.
You see it's a short, low punt. Obie will take it at about the 40.
Oregon State had some shorter punts earlier that landed and rolled, and we moved Obie up to about 30 yards from the line of scrimmage. You can see he makes a nice cut up inside an Oregon State player there and just gets tripped up, can't quite keep his balance. If he hadn't have been tripped there, he'd have run it into the end zone for a touchdown.
He's had pretty good year returning punts, one among the nation's leader in that category.
Draw play, handoff to Lavelle, and he's down to the 4-yard line.
It's also a personal foul against Oregon State on that play. So move the football down to the 2-yard line, 1st and goal.
Here comes the same play again. Outside, Elliott, 81. We cut it up inside again, and Lavelle takes it in for his 2nd touchdown of the day.
We'll take another look at it.
This is the same play I diagrammed up. You see 81, Eric Elliott coming off. Parker knocks the Beaver defender out. Elliott knocks one out. Lattin takes it up, and Lavelle follows him and just squirms and pushes himself into the end zone.
So Derek Lavelle with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, his 8th touchdown of the season. And with the extra point by Kirk Dennis, it is 17-0. Now, how did things change here for you defensively, knowing Wilhelm was not in the football game, or did you pretty much play it like you normally would?
Well, we would, but we started faking blitzes, and our linebackers, you'll see them dart up in there sometimes and fake blitzes, trying to confuse the younger quarterback. Good pursuit there, nice play by our defense. We did give up a few yards running the ball. Here, Riddle has a problem handling the handoff and recovers the fumble.
We'll take another look down low on 3rd down and about 14. And Joe Taylor and Pootsier there for the stop. So the defense holds again, and now really the momentum is all yours. And Derek Lavelle continues to slash away at the defense.
Good cut there by Derek. Not a lot of room at the point of attack, and he broke off the right side. You can see it's a play that's designed to go up in the middle there. He breaks it outside. Good blocks along the line of scrimmage, and Lavelle uses his speed and vision to get the ball outside and take it up for a 1st down.
Gain of 12 on the play, 1st and 10 for the Ducks at the OSU 37-yard line. The next play we see is the 1st down play.
We're trying to hit Harper out of the backfield. I wish our quarterback had that much time to throw. And Rod Green does a good job pulling it down, making a nice run, but we're called for a clip on this play, so that gain is nullified.
So you mark it back, and it's now 1st down back at the 41. This is the 2nd down play as Barry kind of crunches it in there for about 5. 3rd down and 9. Musgrave on the roll, keeps it.
Boy, did this scare me. Woo-wee. Scared me. Took a shot really right on that thigh. Did a complete flip in the air, but obviously he was not concerned about his injury. He pulled the ball down and ran. I think a very courageous move here for a player that's been injured, and certainly didn't look to slide or get out of bounds. He looked to get the 1st down. He went up and over to get it, and boy, I breathed a sigh of relief when he got up and walked back to the huddle.
Bill, a tough young man from Grand Junction, Colorado, and that gives the Ducks a 1st down. The next play we see will be a 2nd down and 8 from the 22. Lavelle again. Lavelle cuts it back in, gets a couple. It's called a 3. So it's 2nd down from the 7.
This is a play we put in this week, just a little misdirection play from a single back set. That's Lattin's first touchdown of the year, and that almost seems unbelievable. If you'd have told me at the start of the season that he wouldn't get a touchdown until the last game, I'd have told you were crazy. But certainly a nice run, good blocking at the line of scrimmage. Stefanik, Husko, I believe, in there at the strong guard. Nice blocking, good hole, and Lattin wants his friends in the stands to know he's just scored. And
they indeed did. He had quite a celebration dance in the end zone. So with the extra point, it's now 24-0. We're still in the second quarter. 7:03, in fact, to play in the second stanza. We pick it up. Oregon State, first down play. Riddle scrambles, Taylor, and finally Brock, and Riddle was called for intentionally grounding the football. And we get credit for a sack there, plus Kozak misses him here. You can see just can't quite hold on. Riddle does a good job spinning away from him. Kozak gets up, and Joe Taylor has a chance to get him right here. Can't get him, and Brock has him in the grasp, throws the ball in the dirt, and intentional grounding is called. So it's a loss of down, second down and 29 back at the 8-yard line. They penalize him from where he was sacked 5 yards back, and that's a big loss for Oregon State. Put him in a real deep hole here. And they run the sweep, just trying to catch us, and they break a couple of tackles here. Fumble a football, but it goes out of bounds. So third down in long yardage. Riddle on the draw. Loss of 2. Joe Taylor, 93. This is a third down and 8 play. Lavelle crunches it in there. I told Coach Toledo to call that. He didn't like it on 3rd and 8, but wanted a play that we might be able to break one on the run and certainly still be in position to kick the field goal. 49-yarder, as you could see, it had 8 to 10 yards to spare on it, and that gave Kirk Dennis the school record. Indeed it did. 2 school records, as a matter of fact. Yep. Attempts and successful field goals. And he has really kicked well for you the last, he started off missing 3 out of his first 4, but since then he's been pretty good. Putsier almost with an interception. And instead, Oregon State gets about 9 on the play. Little screen pass. They caught us out there, and Kozak makes the tackle. Good pressure here on Riddle, and a sack by Brock. Brock had an outstanding game. Good pressure up the middle, forces Riddle to go out. You can see Devin Fitzpatrick up in his face. Putsier's coming off after him. Riddle has to pull the ball down, and Brock makes the tackle. So a sack, and it's second down and 19. Riddle tries to tuck it in there, and Putsier strips it. Scott Kozak, 49, eventually corrals the loose football. That was, I think, an intended quarterback draw, and you'll see he's going to take a little short drop here and then start to run up in there. Putsier just sticks his big paw out there and rips the ball out of his hand. We can't quite get it. Brock's wondering where in the heck it's gone, and guys diving all over, and Scott Kozak comes from up in the secondary. Then on this play, Tom Talbot partially dislocated his shoulder and was lost for the rest of the day. You can see him just as he's getting up there, 51, in obvious pain. Halftime, the Ducks leading the Beavers 27-0. We pick up the third quarter highlights. And the Ducks in control of this football game and will also get the football to start the third period. Tell me about the intensity to start the third period, Coach. You're up 27-0. Oregon State's down to its actually 4th-string quarterback. What do you tell your group at halftime? Well, we want to go out and play like it's 0-0. That was an excellent kickoff return by Rod Green. A nice run there by Lattenberry, picks up 10 yards. We wanted to take this ball down and get some points on the board, and then we felt if we could do that, we'd definitely be in great position to win the football game. Scramble there by Musgrave again, ignoring his injury earlier this year and running up in there. Dropped the snap, shuffles up in the pocket, finds Rod Green wide open and just lofts it down there, and we pick up a big gain deep into Oregon State territory, and they're called for a face mask penalty. You can see the snap isn't real good in the shotgun. He picks it up off the ground, has poise, steps up inside of a couple of Oregon State rushers there, and just flips it as Rod Green comes across wide open in the zone underneath the safeties, and you can see the face mask penalty right there. So there's a penalty against the Beavers, and that moves the football down to the 8-yard line. So it is 1st and goal for the Ducks at the 8. Keep it on the ground. Lavelle gets a couple. Down to about the 5, maybe the 4. And Musgrave roll out Joe Merton, his third touchdown reception of the season.
Nice play action fake inside, and as you'll see, Joe bangs the linebacker, slips out. Husko blocking in front of Musgrave. Musgrave does get pressure, but unloads, and Joe makes a nice catch for the touchdown.
So you've accomplished what you wanted to do to start the third quarter, and that was take it in and score. And now you've really broken this thing wide open. Kirk Dennis with the PAT, and it's 34-0 after the first offensive possession of the third quarter. So another punt for Oregon State and another opportunity for Terry Obie.
Well, if that's a 5-yard face mask penalty, I'll put in with you. He almost tore his head off. Oregon State defender was penalized for 5 yards on the face mask penalty.
So the Ducks come right back. Musgrave to Lattenberry.
Good effort by Lattenberry, picking up a couple of extra yards.
2nd down and 2. Lavelle gets the first down and a couple extra. Boy, your running backs ran hard.
They did. Good effort. We had big Rick Hunt, the stake, in there at the fullback, and he led the blast up inside. Here we run reverse, and Rod gets to the corner, can't quite turn it, turns it up inside, and loses 1 yard.
So it's 2nd down and 10. Musgrave. Burden holds on and almost stayed on his feet.
Close to getting himself a touchdown. Nice catch in traffic. I think this is a well-executed play. The protection is good. Musgrave reads it well, puts the ball right where he has to for the reception. JJ goes up and gets it, bounces off of the Oregon State defender, rips out of the tackle, but can't keep his balance and falls down.
Gain of 29 yards on the play. The ball is now down at the Oregon State 16-yard line. After a penalty against the Ducks, Musgrave then is sacked. So the ball is now at the 27.
We run a little draw play up inside, and Lavelle picks up about 8 yards.
And so on 3rd down, it's 3rd and goal, so they have to get it into the end zone. No call. And so it's 4th down and goal. Kirk Dennis coming in to attempt another field goal, this time from the 39-yard line. And it is true. Good. 37-0. Well, as we enter the 4th quarter, the game pretty much decided. It is 37-0. The Ducks have the advantage. And now it'll be an opportunity for some of the second-liners to get their chance to play in a Civil War game. You see, Oregon State has the football. Completion to Thomas for a 1st down.
Another one, Brett Young had a chance to intercept, and Kallmeyer did a good job coming over and making the tackle. Quarterback scrambles up the middle here. Anthony Newman makes the tackle.
It's called a 3rd and 7. Castle, little swing pass is incomplete. So on 4th down, Oregon State in a situation where field goal really doesn't help a whole lot, so they're going to try to get the 1st down or a touchdown, and Brett Young almost comes up with another one.
Had a busy day. He had a busy day. Made a lot of nice plays.
So the Ducks unable to move it. Deion Cespedes to come in. And we mentioned the great game he had. Good game with the coverage people. You see Newman and Kallmeyer, the safeties, down there on the special teams making the stop. So Oregon State has possession of the football, under 10 minutes to play in the game.
Here they break a run up the middle for 1st down. See Peter Brantley's in there. Steve O'Connor, a redshirt freshman from Sheridan, Oregon, just made the tackle.
3rd down and 1. Short of the 1st down. 4th and 1, and it looked like a little mix-up here by Oregon State because the fake punt, and it does not work. The Ducks recover. David Cassano on the recovery.
I don't know whether that was a busted play or they called the fake and then called it off and the center didn't know it. But here we run the option, and James Harper, a senior who's played a lot of football, 4-year letterman, gets a touchdown in his final game.
It's good to see that happen to him.
Todd Kanapu in there, Eric Elliott, I think, at the tight end. And Harper takes the pitch and goes into the end zone for the touchdown.
His 3rd career touchdown, I believe. Said one is sophomore year, one is junior year, and this one right now. Dennis. It's good. The Ducks defeat Oregon State Coach, a little shower, early shower.
They got me, man. They got me. I had no idea.
I love Bill Parcells and the Giants. So there you go. Happy sideline as the Ducks win it 44-0. And for the 13th consecutive year, the Ducks don't lose in this contest. And Coach, the streak that you've, remarkable streak, continues as far as you are concerned too. That's it. The two coaches walk off the field, and that does it. At this time, we'd like to thank a number of people who have helped put this program together. Our photographer, Steve Studebaker, who also doubles as our director, and Andy Nelson, who put together that outstanding video montage of the Ducks plays throughout the course of the year. Thanks to both of them. We'd like to thank the coach and his staff, Bill Byrne, and everybody at the University of Oregon, including Sports Information Director Steve Hellier and his fine crew, too. And we'd like to thank all the people behind the scenes, the camera people and the technicians who have helped to put this show together throughout the course of the year. And, of course, most of all, we'd like to thank you.